Hey guys, so part 4 was my venture to Rosewood Capri. So back at Rosewood Ranch, there were 3 to 4 roommates per room, and so at Rosewood Capri, there were 2 people per room. It was actually set up, it was a refurbished like motel, so it had maybe 10 to 12 rooms, and it was all in a big circle with a parking lot kind of in the middle. And then there was the therapist's office, the main office, clerical area, and then there was the great room, which was like the big living room, and then there was the kitchen dining room. So moved there, and it was hard. I had a hard time at first. I missed my friends from the ranch. There were people I knew that were at Rosewood Capri that had moved on, so that was nice to see them. And so got my roommate, which was one of my roommates back at the ranch, so again that felt good. And I had a hard time at first at Capri. One of the reasons was they had a bathtub shower, and I've actually in the past, I think I talked about it in an early video, I have fallen out of the shower one time and it was pretty bad. So I have a bit of a fear of those type of showers. Right now at home I have a walk-in shower, which makes me feel more comfortable. At the ranch there were metal bars on the showers, and so that helped me feel more comfortable. But here at the Capri they didn't have that, so I talked with one of the head therapists and they were able to switch me to a room that had a walk-in shower, so that was better. And I really liked my therapist there at Capri as well. And yeah, I think I was just lonely, and I felt like I did so much good work at the ranch. I kind of felt like I was done. So I really didn't like open myself up for at least, I want to say at least 2 weeks. And then in talking to my therapist, she said, you know, you're not done. There's a reason you came here, and there's a reason you're still here. And she really helped open me up. And I talked to her a lot about things that I hadn't even talked to my therapist at home about. So it was bittersweet when it was time to go, because I just started opening up and then it was time to go. So, but I had to get back to work. I was only allowed a certain amount of time off. And I mean, I'm thankful I had the time off, please don't get me wrong. So at Capri, you got to sleep in a little bit more. So, and you didn't have any contraband. You could keep whatever you wanted in your room. There was, let's see, you had to, like, the main thing was you had to be to breakfast by 8:25. Now at Rosewood Capri, you made your own meals. So you planned out your meal plan for a week ahead of time. And they had an awesome kitchen. It was a little bit small for everybody to be in there, but it had, I mean, whatever you can imagine it had for groceries. And they had 2 food trucks delivering per week. And so that was set up really well. So we would make our own breakfast, and then we would have a class, and then it would be time for snack, and then we'd have a class. So again, we had music therapy, Tai Chi, yoga. We had art therapy at both places, and group therapy, of course. And then we had one-on-ones. We only had one-on-one with the therapist once a week. I always felt like it should have been more. We had nutrition classes where we learned about nutrition and talked about not necessarily calories, but overall nutrition and what's healthy and what's not. And we still had eating disorder anonymous meetings, and Alcoholics Anonymous meetings. Don't believe we had Narcotics Anonymous meetings there. And I was the mayor 1 week while I was there. There's a mayor every week and it changes. And so that person is kind of, I don't want to say a supervisor, but if someone has a question or needs help, they would go to the mayor to get help. At mealtime, we weren't allowed to get up to get anything else. So if we needed like salt, or if we forgot to get our milk or something, well, I guess milk wouldn't be a good example. So say if we forgot to get a napkin, or our water bottle ran out of water or something like that. So we weren't allowed to get up while we were eating meals. But if it was really a situation where you felt like I need to get up right now, then you would say to the mayor, may I get up and get a glass of water? And usually they would say yes. So when I got to be mayor, you know, it's fun, but then it's also hard because you got to be the bad guy when people aren't following the rules. So we would have our evening snack. I believe it's been a while. I want to say it was like at 8 or 8:30, maybe at 8. And then we would have chores after each meal, and it would rotate. And so once chores were done, then we had to hang out in the great room. And part of that is keeping each other accountable, making sure no one was purging, things like that. So we would all stay in the room together and hang out, and then at 9:15 we could go back to our rooms and do whatever. So it was more freedom for sure. And then you could also apply to go on weekend passes. So let's see. We also had food challenges, which I think I should do in the next part. So stay tuned for part 5. Bye.